Your value just went up. Your value, everything that you are, everything that you are deserving of in this lifetime, just upgraded, up leveled. Like, I'm hearing you were quite literally taken from here and just moved directly to the top. And I'm being shown the vision of a dream that I had where you're climbing up through a jungle on this ladder where pieces were falling away. Like, you've made it to the clouds. You are sitting at the top. You, oh my God, I can feel this in my chest coming out. You have made it into this energy, into this new version of you. Oh my God, and you are not to be messed with. You carry something different. People are noticing you more. People are noticing when you walk into a room. They're noticing the energy. I really feel like you're heavily guarded by spirits and angels right now because it's noticeable. People are like, wait a second, why is this person carrying themselves that way? Because you are it, darling. Like, you are it. That's it. You are it. It's almost like you're going to realize this. Like, it's going to be like an epiphany moment in your head of like, oh my God, I'm really that girl or that guy. Like, I'm it. I'm chosen, baby. I'm living in this energy. I'm living in this abundance. I am receiving my blessings. I am enjoying my life, and I'm enjoying the ups and downs, the learning, the full experience of it all. And I feel like you're really coming to this sense of peace within you, a sense of peace within you. And I feel like that's where you find your freedom, in that peace, in knowing that you're showing up and doing the things you're meant to be doing and showing up authentically. You want to know why people are noticing you? You want to know why people are suddenly turning their heads, why people are coming back from your past trying to get into your energy right now? Because you are living in truth. And you want to know the only frequency more powerful than love? Authenticity. When you live in authenticity, when you are truly, it's like following your soul's desires, like listening to your heart's calling and living from your heart rather than from your head. Ooh, the world responds. The universe responds heavy to that energy. When I tell you the support you will receive, the abundance you receive, the peace you feel when you sink into your heart space and live from that space, when you choose from that space, when you ask yourself, what do you need? How can I nurture you better? How can I love you better? When you ask yourself these questions, how can I love you better? You will receive an answer. Your body will tell you. Your whatever lower vibrational version of you exists is going to tell you, you know what, I need some rest. Like, I need to sleep. I need good food, like food that lifts me up and not just keeps me stuck. I need to move my body. I need to do something fun. Listen to you right now, because your higher self is so fully present with you, and they are so willing and ready to give you what you need right now. Like, I'm being shown an image of you just surrounded by spirit energy, surrounded by this magical like force field. And it's like whatever you decide you want, and when you say, you know what, universe, I want this, that energy just shoots to wherever it is that you just focus your energy. Whatever it is you ask for, that energy just goes, and you get to let it go and watch it find its way back to you. Or feel pulled, feel that magnetism to it. You are entering into a different level of spirituality, okay? You are entering into a different level of this journey where things just happen for you. Things just respond to that beautiful frequency that you've found within yourself, that eternal flame, that peace, that life force energy, that source energy that flows so freely through you. You want to know where your freedom is found? In commitment to yourself. You want to know why it's taken you so long to find this freedom? Because you were never committed to you. You were never committed to loving you. You wondered why nobody could commit to you in a relationship, why friendships didn't work out, because you were not committed to your growth. But you are now. And that's like a round of applause worthy. You're being celebrated. In every moment, you are being celebrated. Your angels are just like, oh my God, look at how far they've come. Like, are you kidding? You're amazing, they're saying. You're amazing. You are incredible. We love you so much. Oh my gosh, keep going is what they're saying. And you are. somehow you find the strength every day to keep going, even on the days where you have to take a moment to just fall apart. You still keep going, you still keep moving forward. And so you are going to be rewarded for your efforts. The universe is going to respond to that strength that at first felt difficult, and now it just feels like who you are, because it is. Yes, living from this heart space. Living from your heart space will call in everything that you desire in this lifetime. Living in a vibration of love and truth, trust in the universe, will bring you anything that you desire. You have the ability to pull creations right now and bring them to life. Pour energy into them.
Dear soul, before you leave, don't let this moment become just another video you watched. If these words stirred something deep inside your heart, it's because heaven wanted you to hear them today. Right now, speak this promise over your life with faith. I am chosen. I am deeply loved. I am not forgotten. God is writing a beautiful story for my life, and His promises will never fail me. Say it again, slowly. Let every word sink into your spirit until your heart believes what your eyes cannot yet see. Carry this declaration with you through every uncertain moment, because the God who began this work in your life is still moving, even when you cannot see it. If this message brought you comfort, peace, or hope, please don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone you love. Somewhere, someone is quietly crying, questioning their worth, wondering if God still sees them. Your share could be the very answer to the prayer they've been whispering in the dark. And if God places it on your heart to support this ministry, you can do so through a super thanks. Whether your gift is $5, $10, $20, or whatever the Lord leads you to give, know that every offering becomes part of this mission to carry messages of hope, healing, and God's love to people across the world. Your generosity is more than a donation. It is a seed planted into hearts that are searching for light. Every gift helps these messages reach another soul who desperately needs encouragement, another family that needs hope, another person who is waiting for a reminder that they are seen, loved, and never abandoned by God. May the Lord bless your kindness beyond anything you could imagine. May He restore what has been lost, open doors no one can shut, bring peace where there has been worry, and pour out His favor upon you and your family in His perfect timing. Together, we are more than a community. We are a family of faith, lifting one another, sharing God's love, and reminding the world that no soul is ever forgotten in heaven. There is a moment that happens differently for everyone. For some people, it is dramatic, a sudden, undeniable shift in circumstances that forces a new understanding of themselves. For others, it is quieter. A Tuesday morning, an ordinary mirror, a moment of stillness in which something that had been trying to get their attention for a long time finally gets it. However it arrives, the content of the moment is the same. The recognition, finally landing in the body rather than just the mind, that something has changed, that the version of themselves standing in this specific place and this specific season is not the same version that started the journey. That moment is either here for you or is arriving very soon. And what it is going to show you, what it is actually showing you, if you are paying attention to the way the world has begun to shift around you, is that you have made it somewhere, not everywhere, not to the finished, perfectly resolved destination that we tend to imagine as the end point of growth, but somewhere real, somewhere higher than where you were, somewhere that the air is different and the view is different, and the specific quality of how you occupy a room has changed in a way that other people are registering before you have fully registered it yourself. People are noticing you differently. That is not your imagination. The work you have been doing, the internal invisible, completely unglamorous work of becoming has been accumulating. Not always in ways that felt productive, not always in ways that seemed to be going anywhere. There were seasons, probably many of them, where the whole endeavor felt more like treading water than like climbing, where the effort was enormous and the visible results were minimal, and the part of you that needed external evidence of progress was not getting what it needed. But here is the thing about real growth. It does not always announce itself as it is happening. It accumulates quietly in the choices made and the patterns broken and the moments of choosing yourself. Nobody witnesses but that compound into something significant over time. And then at some point that cannot always be predicted, something tips, something crosses a threshold, and all that invisible accumulation suddenly becomes visible, not just to you, but to everyone in your vicinity. That tipping point is now. Something about your presence is different. Something in how you carry yourself, how you enter a space, how you occupy your own energy. It registers. It turns heads, not because you are performing anything or trying to be noticed, but because genuine elevation has a particular quality to it that the people around you can feel even when they cannot name it. Former connections are trying to find their way back into your orbit. People who have known you for years are looking at you like they are seeing something for the first time. The world is responding to a frequency shift that you may still be adjusting to. You are not on your way to this level. You are already here. But there is something I want to name carefully, because it is the difference between this moment being something you understand intellectually and something you actually inhabit. Authenticity is more powerful than almost anything else a person can bring into the world. More powerful than strategy. More powerful than beauty or status or the carefully curated presentation of a life that looks impressive from the outside. When a person is genuinely living from the real truth of who they are, following the actual desires of their soul rather than the expectations that have been layered over them by other people's needs and fears, the universe responds to that with a force that is almost physical in its intensity. Doors open that were not open before. Connections form that could not have formed before. The right things find their way to the right person because the signal is clear and uncluttered, and the frequency is genuine rather than performed. This is what is happening for you right now. Not because you tried to be more authentic, because you arrived at authenticity through the specific and sometimes painful process of having everything inauthentic stripped away. Because the things that were not true about how you were living became impossible to sustain. Because at some point, the cost of being who others needed you to be exceeded the cost of simply being who you are. And so you chose yourself. In whatever way that has looked in your specific life, in whatever small and large decisions added up to the current version of you, you chose yourself. And the world has noticed in a way that cannot be manufactured. Here's the insight that I believe sits at the absolute center of this entire story. The one that, when it lands fully, reframes not just this moment, but everything that led to it. You spent years wondering why commitment in relationships felt so elusive. Why people did not stay. Why connections that seemed to hold promise kept arriving at the same kinds of endings. And the answer, the real one, not the comfortable one, is that you had not yet committed to yourself. That is not a criticism. It is description of the most common and most human thing in the world. We look for in other people the consistency we have not yet developed within ourselves. We ask for devotion from others while remaining in our quieter moments, somewhat fair weather with our own becoming. We wonder why no one will stay when we ourselves have not yet fully committed to the relationship that matters most. The one with our own growth, our own healing, our own truth. But something shifted. At some point, gradually, and then all at once, you became someone who shows up for themselves. Someone who keeps going even on the days when keeping going requires everything. Someone who makes the choice again and again and again to honor their own becoming, even when it would be so much easier not to. That commitment to yourself, finally and fully, is what everything else is reflecting back to you now. You, yes, you, who has fallen apart more than once and kept going anyway, are being celebrated, not in the way that requires an audience or an occasion, in the constant, sustaining way of something that sees all of it. The hard days, hard day, and the invisible effort, and the moments where the strength required just to continue felt like more than you had available, and honors every single bit of it. Your angels, your guides, whatever intelligence accompanies the journey of becoming, they are not waiting to celebrate when you arrive somewhere more impressive. They are celebrating right now for the courage it took to get here, for the particular bravery of choosing yourself in a world that gave you 1,000 reasons not to. They see every step you took. They see the steps that cost you something. They are not withholding the celebration until the finished product arrives. You are the finished product in this moment. This version of you right now is worthy of the full celebration. And with that elevation comes something practical, something real and usable, and not merely spiritual in the distant sense. The ability to create what you focus your genuine intention on right now, what you pour the energy of this elevated frequency into, has a quality of momentum behind it that ordinary wanting does not produce. This is not the anxious hoping of someone who wants something and cannot stop thinking about what will happen if they do not get it. This is the grounded, clear, wholehearted direction of a person who has arrived at a frequency of genuine alignment and is pointing it at what they want to bring into being. That energy moves. It goes where you send it. And then this is the part that requires a specific kind of trust. You let it go. You do not chase it. You do not monitor it. You do not press on it daily to see if it is still moving. You send it and you trust the same intelligence that has been managing your becoming to manage the manifestation. And then you feel the pull. The magnetism, the particular sense of being drawn toward something rather than pushing toward it. That feeling of moving easily in the direction of what is meant for you rather than fighting against resistance to reach it is what this new level of alignment actually feels like from the inside. It feels less like effort. It feels more like flow. Your heart, when you listen to it carefully and honestly, knows what it needs. Not in the dramatic, life-altering decision sense, in the immediate, practical sense of sleep or not sleep, real food or convenient food, movement or stillness, joy or obligation. The higher version of you, the one that has been guiding this whole process from somewhere slightly ahead of your conscious awareness, is fully present and fully available to tell you exactly what you need in each moment. But it requires the particular quiet of someone who has decided that their own inner voice deserves to be listened to, who has stopped filling every silence with noise, because silence is where the guidance lives. Listen. Not to everyone else's assessment of where you are and where you should be. To the part of you that has been right about more than you gave it credit for, that saw things before your mind was ready to acknowledge them, that kept pressing forward even when the path was not clear. Living from the heart rather than the head is not a concept. It is a practice. And it is the specific practice that this season of your life is asking you to commit to, not perfectly, not without the occasional retreat into old patterns of fear and strategy, but consistently. With the returning to equality of someone who now understands from experience, lived experience, rather than theory, that the heart's way is more efficient than the mind's way, even when it looks less rational. The freedom you have been searching for is here, not in a set of circumstances finally aligning perfectly. In the commitment you have already made to yourself, to your truth, to your growth, to the showing up that happens even when no one is watching and no one is applauding. And the only reason to continue is because you have decided that you are worth continuing for. You are it. Not eventually. Not when you have done more or become more or resolved more. Right now. In this specific moment. As this specific person who has climbed through the jungle of their own becoming and arrived, breathless and slightly disoriented and more themselves than they have ever been, at the top. Look around. Notice who has been watching the climb. Notice who is still watching. And let the recognition finally land where it belongs, in the chest, where things that are true live. You made it.